Thanks for the ride. Send me the bill for the ticket, okay? Okay, I know everyone was waiting for this video. Believe it or not, a good chunk of my time was also spent learning more about the nuances of the game and its mechanics. I would also like to mention that these are reviews. That sounds really passive-aggressive. Look, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going to go overly in-depth with every single detail. I will mention as many things that I believe are relevant and then give a conclusion. I would also like to mention that there were rumors about us getting the evolved skills during Grand Life, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Regardless, I would like to review the humans alongside their evolved skills should these skills be made available during Grand Life run, but it seems that the most likely scenario is that they will be released by the 2nd anniversary, which is the end of the year. Finally, the same rules from my previous video apply. This is a general summary, not an in-depth analysis, but if I make a mistake, I encourage you to please correct me. That way I can pin the comment and relevant corrections on the comment section, address it on the following video, and make a dedicated video once the time approaches. Alright, with that said, winning ticket Steampunk. Tiketsu strikes me as a glass cannon type of woman. She's a medium late surger with an excellent spread of bonuses at 8% on speed and guts and 14% on power. Her innate skills include 1.5 million cc, all I have, and downhill speedster, establishing her as a natural medium late surger. She also comes with an insane amount of skills from events with a total of 9. All great by the way, but they come clustered in. Like in the event Path to Pastries, which has late surger straightaways and corners together in option 1, and in option 2, Position Pilfer and Slick Surger. This isn't bad by the way, but just something that I thought I should point out. What's really unique is her training events, as they are semi-chain. Tiketsu Delivery Service from the Heart is affected by whether or not you went through Tiketsu Delivery Service Academic Antics event, and so you get a chance to get charming on the first event. Her golden skills are 15 million cc and Come What May, both of them reinforcing her viability in late surge and medium races. 15 million can evolve into superpower engines, increasing the duration of the skill from 2.4 seconds to 4 seconds. And Come What May can evolve into I Can Fly, which increases the duration of the skill by 1 second. Finally, her unique is called Ticket to Your Dreams, which, if you're on the 4th or below in a CM entering the 3rd leg of the race and you are in a final straight after a corner, you will get target speed for 6 seconds, and your target speed will scale with the skills you've activated up to 3. So Tiketsu isn't going to break the meta. In fact, I believe in terms of gameplay there are going to be better late surgers in this list. But with that said, not everything is meta. I've seen people really enjoy the character, so she seems to be an Oshipu for most people. She's more viable than the original, don't get me wrong, but medium races are, honestly, they're kinda toxic and they're not gonna get any better anytime soon. Narita Taishin Steampunk is a more specialized version of the original Taishin for medium races. She comes with the classic aptitudes and bonuses of 8% stamina, guts, and 14% wit, which are really nice for enclosed medium races, but less flexible than the original bonuses. There isn't much that I can say in regards to her innate skills, as they are there to reinforce her status as an enclosed medium racer. She also comes with Breaking Ahead, which can evolve into I'll Show You, which gives enclosers lane movement bonuses and target speed for 4 seconds. On the other hand, she also comes with From the Brink, a really good skill for enclosers that can evolve into Bolt from the Brink, which increases the time you accelerate from 1.8 seconds to 4 seconds. Her custom events are much like Tiketsu's, where they are semi-changed, with the 3rd event, Help the Boy, having cluster skills in its options. This event is also affected by whether or not you got the event Help the Theater Club previously. She comes with several skill events, most notably Early Start, which is a cheaper version of Daring Strike. Unfortunately, you have to clear her secret event, Forever Fervent, which includes winning 7+ races. So I recommend training her with Mr. CV Wit if you have her. Finally, her unique is called Hephaestus, like the Greek god of art, and it triggers if you are in the middle of the pack during the second half of the final corner in the late race for 5 seconds. It's rather track dependent, but not a bad perk at all. Alright, so Taishin Steampunk is less flexible than the original, but she shines on medium tracks. However, like I said before, medium tracks are, well, not very open to anything that isn't a goody Christmas. If she's an Oshi, then pull, but outside of that, the meta is brutal in medium races and it's only going to get worse. Yukino Bijin. This ball of sunshine was made famous with her wheat card, who had terrible bonuses but had no stopping me, and now we get our adorable country bumpkin as a runner. She comes with A in turfs, mile, mediums, and pace. However, notably, she also has a B in dirt and a C in front running, making her more flexible, assuming you have the correct inheritance. Her stat bonuses come with 10% speed and 20% guts. This is the type of spread that I want to see in sprints, which she has a D on, but it's still a great spread for miles. Her unique epitaph is called Bonilas from Iwate, which evolves from winning a graded race in Morioka and winning the Triple Tiara. Fitting, as the real horse gets second place in the Oka and Japanese show, both times losing to Vega. Yes, that admire Vega. Her innate skills are Nimble Navigator, helping you with acceleration and lane movement. Her innate skills are Nimble Navigator, helping you with acceleration and lane movement, once the third leg of the race kicks in. Not when the actual last spurt happens. I learned that the hard way. She also comes with medium straightaways and straight descent, helping you with downhills, an exclusive pace chaser skill. Her skill events are Winter Runner, Downhill Speedster, making her a scary among downhills, Corner Acceleration, which I guess is a reference to her God's SSR card, and Head On, which is a great skill for pace chasers. Morioka Racecourse, a green skill that apparently only Agnes Digital has as well. Finally, Full Tilt, which is a dirt-related skill, increasing velocity by 0.15 if you are in the last spurt, this time the racetrack, as the description has both character activations and track. Unfortunately, not one of her events has Charmin, which is bizarre because she looks adorable. As for her golden skills, she comes with No Stopping Me, an upgraded version of Nimble Navigator, and Determined Descent, a better version of Straight Descent. She can evolve No Stopping Me if you win the Triple Tiara and reaching the cap of 800 speed, 150,000 fans, or getting to acceleration skills. Each race can be replaced by set metric. If you manage this, you can evolve it into Like They Do in the City, increasing the lasting time of the skill by 1 second. There's also Determined Descent that evolves into either Snogal Snahar Sled, I don't think I got the accent right, which increases the duration of the effects of Determined Descent by 1 second, and you get this by getting 600 guts and 2 skills for pace chasers. You can also evolve Determined Descent to Steadfast Determination, and you can do this by winning a G1 race as a pace chaser 3 times and get at least 3 speed skills. Steadfast Determination is an exclusive pace chaser skill that has 2 activations. The first one gives acceleration in a downhill, and the second one gives you target speed for 3 seconds when you have less than 300 meters. Personally, I have never seen a skill that screams more, "Hey, I am awesome in this track." Problem is, I can't figure out what track that's supposed to be, especially because she releases right before the Virgo Cup, a track that famously has no downhills. Finally, her unique is called Snow Bright Snow Flight, and it gives you target speed for 5 seconds with 300 meters left, as long as you're in the 4th or better. Is Yukino going to break the meta? No. But she's a great pick if you're in the track with downhill, especially because of the Steadfast Determination. Here's a little bit of trivia. Although Yukino never won anything higher than a G3 in her 10-race career, she was still a beloved mare, an underdog that had her start in Iwate, hence the reference to the prefecture. I believe this is why she comes with a B in dirt, as Iwate, part of the Morioka region, famously has the G1 MC Nambuhai. She was so beloved that in fact she was buried alongside Narita Brian, Mayano Top Gun, and yes, a goodie cap. Second, the Pearl. Pearl is bizarre. She releases on August 13 to 21st, but reruns literally 2 weeks later. I presume this is because she releases after Takken. I'm not sure. It's generally a strange decision. Anyway, she comes with 20% weight and 10% speed stat bonuses. Not what I'd like to see on a sprinter, but it's nice on a miler. She also comes with Ace in turf, sprint, mile, pace, and late. And uniquely, she can do any running strategy with general ease. She comes with firm conditions, sprint straightaways, and unyielding spirit. As for her golden skills, they are Shocking Flash, which is a golden version of sprint straightaways, giving you target speed for 0.35 for 3 seconds. You can also evolve this skill into The World is My Oyster, which adds current speed of 0.15. To be honest, current speed is one of those conditions that made camping Taiti so good. So here it's almost a must evolve skill. As for her other golden skill, she comes with Big Sisterly that can evolve into Pearlescent Dance-Off, which gives you target speed, but the evolution increases from 2.4 seconds to 4 seconds and is now usable for sprints as well. Strangely, Pearl only has Uma Stand as an obtainable skill from her events, but at least her events can give you Charming. One thing to note is that she does seem to have an event in which, although you will get plus 25 to a random stat, you will get locked out of 4 training options, much like Gold Ship or Sweepy. Finally, her unique is Impossible, which within 200 meters, your speed will increase in relation to how far you are from the first place. If it is 4 lengths, then you will get 0.45 target speed, and if you are within 5, you will get 0.35, which for sprints and miles is pretty good. So Pearl is a pretty flexible Uma whose main type of track is sprints. Is she a must pull? Well, she's not meta-defining, but she's a great sprinter with insane flexibility in terms of styles of running. So it's definitely an Uma that you could potentially pull for if you're lacking in sprints, but I'll let you take that decision once I review the next Uma. I will say shout out to Seeking the Pearl for being the first Japanese horse to win a G1 overseas, which, as we have come to learn in the franchise, it is quite the achievement. Agnes Digital Halloween, our beloved otaku, comes with Ace in Turf, Dirt, Mile, Medium, Pace, and Late with a B on end closing. She comes with a strange spread of 7% in speed and stamina and 8% in power and guts. Although I guess the hardest part is to remind her that she is also a headliner in the race. This type of spread is actually interesting because it reminds you how flexible she is, as it's not that different from the original. She comes with an innate skill of comeback, ramp up, and updrafters. Strangely, she does not come with Uma stance. Given this, she strikes me as a dirt lace surger runner. Her golden skills are It's On, which gives her 1.8 seconds of target speed when passing someone mid-race, which is okay, but it can evolve into Run Like the Fix Do Tomorrow? Okay, which adds stamina recovery to the skill, and now I'm Hype, which increases the duration to 4 seconds. As for her other golden skill, it's called Can't Keep Me Down, which increases velocity mid-dirt race if you're towards the back. It can also evolve into Back for Moa, which adds stamina recovery to the skill. As for the skills that she can get from her events, there's 11. Yeah. Most of the skills are dirt and mile skills, and luckily most of them don't come clustered in like the Ketsus. Finally, her unique is called The Moe Thanks for My Life. I think I'm too old to be reading this. Which... what the f***? Okay, it's a bit of a contrast with her old unique, which is... what is up with these descriptions? Okay, so her unique is Thanks for My Life, which increases your target speed for 5 seconds if you are in the mid-race, not in the front, and you have 3 Umas near you. It's a bit specific, so it's going to be track dependent. With that said, I can see the value in late surgers, but particularly for end closers. She's a niche Uma from what I'm seeing, but I would like to see what the late surger and end closing community has to say about her. In the meantime, I think she's an Oshi pull. Meisho Doto Halloween is a must pull, as I am a sucker for how happy she looks in the winning pose. Okay, on a serious note, she's actually not that bad. She comes with 15% power and 15% wit, which is a type of spread that I love on a pace chaser that has solid speed cards behind her. Misho comes with an A in turf, medium, long, and pace, although she can run as a late surger with a little bit of help from inheritance. But to be honest, she shines more as a pace chaser in medium races. Her innate skills include corner recovery, head-on, and medium straightaways. As for her golden skill, she comes with neck and neck, which is a great pace chaser skill that gives you acceleration of 0.4 for 1.8 seconds if you're in the front of the late race. This can evolve into 2 skills. The first one is For My Rival, which adds stamina recovery to the acceleration that you get from neck and neck. And the other one is Fervent Determination, which adds a second effect to the skill in which you will get target speed on the last straight. And given her kit, I don't think I have to mention which one is my favorite. On the other hand, she also comes with Swinging Maestro, which gives you stamina in a corner. If you decide to evolve this skill into Soul Guide, you will also get stamina and target speed of 0.15 for 3 seconds. Her event skills are Tactical Tweak, All I've Got, Medium Corners, Prepare to Pass, and Up Tempo, cementing her as an excellent choice for pace medium runners. And her events also have a chance of giving her Charming, which is canonically correct. Finally, her unique is straight up a hybrid. It's called Spooky Scary Happy, which I think it's a reference to the song Spooky Scary Skeletons. Anyway, it gives you target speed of 0.35 for 5 seconds if you're in the front of the last straight and above 4th place. And it also debuffs the speed of 2 Umas in front of you. Look, if you have Christmas Oguri, then you're good for medium races for a long time. But with that said, I, like many others, have the masculine urge to hug Misho, pat her in the head and tell her that everything is going to be okay. My point is, she's an Oshi pick. Of course, the unforgettable Aston Machan is triple S tier, obviously, so you should pull for her regardless of any excuse. Okay, I think it's kind of obvious that the guy that has an Aston Machan hidden in every single one of his videos is going to be biased. Well, I am going to pull for her as a full disclosure, I do have to say. She's kind of insane. And yeah, no offense to Pearl, but I would definitely pick Aston Machan over her if I needed a dedicated frontrunner sprinter. Not only Aston's kits and unique are kind of insane, but also Seeking the Pearl will eventually release as a pretty good dedicated speed SSR for sprints, making Pearl a more difficult pick for sprints. Aston, as one of the 3 legendary queens of her generation, comes with the stat bonuses of 20% speed and 10% guts, which is a perfect spread for sprinter frontrunners. Her aptitude shows that she is meant for sprints, as she comes with A's in turfs, sprint, front and pace, with a B in miles and a G in everything else. Aston comes with innate skills, wet conditions, light as a feather, and early lead, only helping her specialize as a frontrunner sprinter. Her awakened skills also include taking the lead, giving you more flexibility to pick a deck that may not include Spooky Mimi Bourbon SSR. Furthermore, it can evolve into Raise the Pitch, which increases the acceleration you're given in taking the lead from 1.2 to 4 seconds. She also comes with In High Spirits, which can evolve into Leave a Footprint in Your Memory, which adds acceleration to the target speed, which makes it S tier in near all sprints. Oh, and in case that isn't enough, she also comes with Groundwork. She can get Light as a Feather, Frontrunner Savvy, Shifting Gears, and Productive Plan. The good news is that you have to go out of your way to get Productive Plan and Changing Gears, so if you're training her for a sprint, you will not have to bother with those extra skills. Finally, her unique is Silent Letter, adorable. If you're within 400 meters, you are in the front and someone tries to overtake you, your speed and acceleration will increase by 0.25 and 3 respectively. In case you're curious, sprints are typically 1200 meters, meaning that the activation zone for this unique is typically the entire third leg of the race. And if you're a front runner with someone ready to overtake you, you will get acceleration and target speed for 5 seconds. Look, it's clear that Seeking the Pearl is a lot more flexible than Machan, but if you want a dedicated sprinter, like good sprinters are a frontrunner main and want someone to compete against current Chan, then, and I will go ahead and say this, the unforgettable Aston Machan is a must pull for sprint frontrunners. Yamanin Zephyr, our beloved trumpeter, comes with an A in turf, mile, medium and pace, but she notably comes with a B in sprints and C in late surgeon. As for her spread, she comes with 10% in speed, guts and wit. Her innate skills are Longshot, Shifting Gears, and Aspire. The last one is rather bizarre. What I mean is that Activation Zone isn't a bad idea. It triggers just before the late race, giving you target speed of 4 seconds if you're not first and 2 lengths away from said first place. This skill being exclusive to 0.25, which is much better. I guess my point is that if you're going to get this skill, make sure you get the golden version as well and not just the white skill. That leads me to my next point. Her golden skill includes Changing Gear, which helps you positioning and passing ability in the front mid-race in mile races. It can also evolve into Shearing Gust, which increases the duration of changing gears from 2.4 seconds to 4 seconds. Ambitious Breeze, on the other hand, can evolve into As Nature Wills It, increasing the target speed from 0.25 to 0.35, but it can also evolve into Heavenly Wind, which increases the target speed. But it also changes the activation. It stays as a pace chaser skill, but changes the activation metrics. Now you have to be in 3rd place or worse instead of 2nd, and your activation window is the second half of the mid-race. As for her event skill, she comes with Unyielding Spirit, a great skill for miles. Uniquely, she comes with an event called What's cool, albeit unpredictable, about this event is the fact that you will get the green skill of the season this event triggers on. If it is in summer, you will get Summer Runner, if it is in autumn, you will get Fall Runner, and so on. To be fair, this is too random for me to say it's brilliant or convenient. I will say it is a cool, kind of unique event though. Finally, her unique is called Sunny Breeze, which triggers if at no point were you in first place until the second half of the race. And if so, your acceleration will increase on the second part of the final corner. It will go from 0.1 to 0.2 acceleration if you're currently in second place. While this increase is frankly small, for context it's about the equivalent of inheriting angling and scheming for a front runner, the base duration is 8 seconds, so it's actually seriously good if a bit finicky to trigger. Look, she's pretty good. While nothing of her kit screams OP to me, I think it's the fact that she has so many skills to stay in position and trigger the more powerful skills like her unique and ambitious breeze that I can't help but think that this kit is super solid for mile pace chasers. Her problem stems from how competitive mile races are and how much variety there is in it. Overall, I can recommend pulling for her if you're a pace chaser main and like powerful milers, but given how unlikely that scenario is, she stays as an Oshi pull. On a side note, did you know that Yamanin Zephyr was the only horse to win 3G rated races on different lengths? Yep. 2G1s, the Yasura Kinen as the mile and the Tenosho as the medium race, and the KO High Spring Cup as a G2, which is shown in her aptitude as B. At the time, he was also the second father and son pair to win the Yasura Kinen, with his sire being Nihon Philo winner. Tamamo Cross Festival, everyone's favorite Brokey, up in the throne, comes back with a pretty cool looking attire for the festival. Her aptitudes are the same as always, but she comes with a spread of 8% stamina, guts, and 14% speed. Her innate skills are ramp up tempo, and head on. Skills that will complement my recommendation in a second. She comes with the golden skill Killer Tunes, helping positioning when in front mid-race, which can evolve into a prayer to our ancestors, which increases the target speed. On the other hand, she also comes with It's On, which helps with velocity when passing another racer mid-race. This skill can turn into two skills. The first one is Come On, Let's Do It, which increases the target speed, and the second one is K Then, Let's Get Moving, which increases the duration from 1.8 to 4 seconds. She has plenty of skill events, but none of them seem to be clustered together, although some of the more important ones, like Tell Held High, are hidden behind her special events like winning the Triple Crown and the Takarasuka Kinen. Finally, her unique is called Lightning Flare, which if you activated at least 2 skills during the mid-race, your speed will increase with a bonus for any extra skills you activate in that 6-second period. The extra scaling stops at 2 skills and it should change her target speed from 0.25 to 3. Now, the most unexpected part is that her unique seems to work better as a pace chaser rather than an end closer. Tamamo may be one of the most famous end closers, and not only was her kit just decent in the original version, but here she's recommended as a pace chaser as she comes with killer tunes that ties the activation to the front pack. Now, the current monster of medium tracks is, needless to say, a Christmas Oguri, and I did mention in this video the Oguri Cap with SSR card. Another card that will get a dedicated video to her, by the way. So, can Tantan beat Oguri like this? Not quite. Look, I don't doubt that there are several people looking for the Christmas Oguri meta to end, and while Oguri with SSR helps move the floor closer to the ceiling, Oguri Christmas is still terrifying. Overall, Tantam is an Oshi pick that is viable depending on the track. Inari Festival, everyone's favorite shorty, comes with an A in turf, dirt, medium, long, and enclosing. She also comes with B's in miles, pace, late, and a comb helping her with her hair. High five on that one. Her spread is pretty nice as it comes with 8% power, weight, and 14% speed. Her innate skills are OA Race Course, Inside Scoop, and Straightaway Spurt. A great selection for enclosers in dirt races as OA Race Courses are mostly dirt. As for her awakened skills, they include Innate Experience, which is a pretty good long race skill, which can also evolve into Fan Dance, which increases the target speed of the original skill from 0.35 to 0.45. Her second golden skill is Encroaching Shadows, which is a better version of Straightaway Spurt, and it can evolve into Standout Step, which adds Field of View. In the past, I have been critical of field of view skills, and although my opinion hasn't really changed since then, I do admit that they do seem to hold some relevancy for end closers and debuffers. I should also mention that Encroaching Shadows is a golden version of Straightaway Spurt, which is not only a must-have skill for end closers, but also one of the reasons why Narita Taishin was so dominant in the past. Encroaching Shadows can evolve into Fleetfoot of Idaten, which specializes in Encroaching Shadows to long races, and you will get a target speed boost in the final corner. Her skill events are several, 8 in total, but some of the more relevant ones are Tail Held High and Ramp Up. Problem is, Tail Held High comes as an option in one of her energy recovery events, and you will have to choose between Ramp Up and Forward March. Finally, her unique is called Firelight, which, if you are on the back during the late race corner, your speed on the last straight will increase depending on the number of times you've overtaken someone. This lasts for 5 seconds and you can get target speed scaling all the way to 0.438, which is pretty nuts, albeit activation area is rather high risk. Overall, she's not bad, but Mr. CV comes in later, so I would recommend her as an Oshi. On a side note, the real horse is actually quite accomplished. Winning 3 G1s in a single year is nothing to scoff at, and coming from a similar background than the legendary Ogurin. Especially because, to some extent, all Umas are related by blood except for very few exceptions, amongst them Oguri and Inari 1. Nakayama Festa. Marvel may have Gambit, but we have Nakayama Festa, which, much like my uncle, has no superpowers but loves gambling. She comes with Ace in Turfs, medium pace and late surgers, with C in miles, B in longs and D in end closing, and a spread of 10% speed, stamina and power. A good spread for mediums actually. Her innate skills are All I've Got, Risky Business, which increases target speed by 0.25 for 1.8 seconds if you're on the second half of the race. However, sometimes it will drain your stamina, but only 40% of the time. The other one is Risk Taker, which gives you a chance to increase your speed, power and guts by 40. If you are on the top 3 favorites, you have a 15% chance of this green skill activating, and if you're not, you have a 30% chance. Her golden skills are Nothing Venture, which I covered in the past. If you are running short races, then it's good, but Nakayama has a C in miles and a G in sprints. It can evolve into its All or Nothing, but it only increases the target speed. Her second golden skill is Risk Maker, which is the same as Risk Taker, but it increases the bonus from 40 to 80 and the probabilities from 15% to 13%, and if you're not the favorite, 30% to 60%. I hope I explained that competently. I rewrote this part like 3 times at 2 in the morning. This skill can also evolve into Taking Each Gamble, which only increases the bonus from 80 to 100. Alongside that, her only skill event is Long Shot. Finally, her unique is called Laugh at the Odds, which, if you overtake on the final corner or are in the middle of the pack with 400 meters remaining, you get a 0.35 speed for 5 seconds and 0.45 if you're below 4th favorite. Look, I think it's clear that she's an Oshi pick. I don't think with how difficult CMs are in Global, you should be using Nakayama Festa, especially with how much of her kit is actually just gambling. So she's going out with an Oshi recommendation. Wonder Acute. I visited Wonder Acute before this review and she fed me cookies and made me this adorable scarf, so I guess she's S tier. The Wise Adorable Uma comes with Ace in Dirt, Miles, Medium and Pace, with C's in Front and Late and D in Sprints, with a unique spread of 15% Guts and Wit. Her innate skills are Unyielding Spirit, Pace Chaser Savvy and Down in the Dirt, which increases velocity when following a runner for at least 3 seconds. Her awakened skills include Big Sisterly, of course, which helps with passing ability in mile runs and can evolve into 2 skills. The first one, A Dose of Ambition, which increases the duration from 2.4 to 4 seconds. On the other hand, Big Sisterly can also evolve into Veiled Grit, which makes the skill, instead of dedicated to miles, dedicated to dirt races. If you overtake someone, your speed will greatly increase and your stamina will slightly recover. As for her golden skill, she comes with Dancer in the Dirt, which, if you're following another Uma for 3 seconds, you will get increased speed, which can only activate after the first 5 seconds of the race. Also, her skill event is Muddy, which increases her speed when the track condition is heavy. Finally, her unique is called Never Say Never, which increases target speed by 0.25 when positioned towards the front with 300 meters remaining. You will also get current speed of 0.25 if you are in a dirt race and if you are 5 meters away from first place. Look, she's pretty consistent and insane, but she's not here to replace Cupano. She's here to give another option to people that may be lacking in terms of dirt runners or are struggling to build Cupano because, let's be honest, she's excruciatingly difficult to build. She can be an excellent complement to Cupano should she lack in certain aspects of the race like length, but overall, she's an Oshi pool. Funny enough, Wonder Acute is actually portrayed as a grandma style Uma because she's actually a horse that ran for so long that he even found himself at the age of 9 still running tracks. And for context, most horses retire at the age of 4 to 5. Mind you, this wasn't a situation when Wonder Acute was being mistreated or abused. My boy was winning G1 races at the age of 8 like the Teo show. Wonder Acute was absolutely insane. He even retired at the age of 9, and just to flex on the youngsters, he won another G1 race, the Kachiwakin. Wonder Acute is absolutely a legend, and the best news about him, he's still alive and being taken care of the Yogibo Versailles Resort Farm in Hokkaido. Obviously, if for any reason you are going to visit or donate, be respectful to our Giga Chat grandpa and the staff there. Oh, and lest I forget, yes, since retirement, he took on painting. Absolute Giga Chat. Christmas vodka, my favorite tradition and my second favorite drink, comes in with a small change to her aptitudes as she now goes from an F in long races to an E. Her spread is now 20% and 10% guts, which is a type of spread that I like to see in milers. She comes with the innate skill of nimble navigator, medium corners and pedal to the metal, which if you're late surging, it increases velocity when you're in second or within 4 lengths of first place. Pretty good skill for late surgers. As for her golden skill, she comes with No Stopping Me, helping you with lane movement and acceleration at the beginning of the third leg, assuming someone is blocking you, which is likely for late surgers. No Stopping Me can also evolve into Cutting Through that adds stamina recovery. Her other golden skill is called Top Gear, which is a better version of Pedal to the Metal, but with a higher target speed of 0.45. This skill can also evolve into Kick It Top Gear, further increasing the target speed all the way to 0.55, which is pretty insane. Also, with so many mentions about gears, if she drops automatic, I'm going to be pissed off. As for her event skills, there's 8 of them, all of them helping her establish herself as a great late surger. Albeit, all I've got, a slick surge and a discount to Pedal to the Metal, can be achieved through beating her secret events. This is a tall order, however, because Vodka famously struggles with these events as she has an E in long races and would have to run the Arimakinen. Also, I would like to mention that she comes with a semi-chain event, much like Tiketsu and Narita Taishin Steampunk, with event number 2 being affected by event number 1. Finally, her unique is called Into High Gear. I swear if this girl drives automatic. After a run in a downhill on the back of the pack during the mid-race, you will get target speed. And if you're in a Tokyo race course, you will also get 0.1 acceleration. Is she meta? Will she redefine everything? Nah, not really. She's good, don't get me wrong. If you're a fan of vodka like myself, then you're probably going to pull for her. Christmas vodka seems more like a generalist version of the original vodka and likely will do well in medium races given the amount of them in Tokyo race courses. Assuming there's no Christmas goodie. Before the 2009 Japan Cup, there had been no mere winners in 64 years. So when Vodka entered, I can't imagine many people were expecting her to win, especially since she got 3rd place last year. I think this is nicely reflected in her personality of trying to break the limits and not settle with who she's supposed to be, but defining herself. As the real horse not only won the Japan Cup, but dominated by 3 full lengths, making her one of the most famous horses of her time. Sure, even in her aptitudes, she comes across as a bit of an underdog, especially when she has to race the Arimakinen, a race in which she has bad aptitudes for, by the way, which would be an E if you're playing the Christmas version, but an F if you're playing the original. Look, she may not be a mouse pool, but you gotta give her some respect for her endeavors and achievements. Daiwa Scarlet Christmas. If my favorite fiery redhead is a established medium pace chaser in a blue dress, then here she is a flexible frontrunner in a red one. Miss Perfect comes with similar aptitudes, albeit the Christmas version exchanges the B from her long races onto miles. Her spread has also changed as she now has 20% speed and 10% wit. Her innate skills are Moxie, Featured Act, and Firm Resolve, which, if you're front running, it increases velocity when leading on the final straight if you have an Uma one length away from you. An excellent skill for front runners. Lucky for us, she comes with a golden version of Firm Resolve, Can't Catch My Shadow, which increases the target speed from 0.25 to 0.45. For context, that is as much as Triumphant Pulse. Not enough? Well, she can evolve this skill into Door to My Dream, which increases the target speed to 0.55. Absolutely insane skill. I cannot think of a more broken skill for frontrunners, to be honest. Her second golden skill is Restless, giving you stamina recovery in an uphill after the first 10 seconds of the race. Should you want to evolve this skill, you will have two options. Number one would be Rough Queen, which simply increases the stamina you will recover, or Scarlet Radiance, which changes the skill completely. Scarlet Radiance is a frontrunner long race skill that helps you with positioning in the early race, and then with acceleration for 4.9 seconds in the third leg. Overall, excellent skill if you already hit your stamina requirements or have a long track without an uphill. Interestingly, she comes with a semi-chain custom event in which, if you get the first event first, this will affect the second one. I would also like to mention that the skills from her events aren't half bad, but aren't as relevant as I would like if you're running her as a long front runner. Finally, her unique is called Queen's Illumination, which, if you are in first on any straight on the second half of the race, your target speed will increase, but you will get a bonus if you have another Uma at most a length away from you. This unique lasts 6 seconds, so depending on the track it can give you speed carryover. It's also not that bad as an inheritance, by the way. As frontrunners become less and less meta, this actually helps Daiwa as she shines on longer tracks with less frontrunners. It seems to me that if the meta is less frontrunner, there is a long straight helping her trigger Scarlet Radiance, and the stamina requirements aren't that high, then she is absolutely a great pick. She might not be Narita Brian, but she is still a great contender in long races as she stays a viable Oshi pick. Sorry, I have to reread that. Overall, Legendary Uma, incredibly consistent, needs a nerf, also always be number 1, 11 out of 10, please nerf. The reviewer will also mention that this work coming in to represent the great country of Scotland, Symboli Rob Roy. The good news is that she comes with subtitles. The bad one is that she's starting to make me question how safe these races are when we let Umas enter with weapons. She comes with an A in turf, medium, long, pace, and lates, and a spread of 10% stamina and 20% weight, making her great for long races, but you will likely run her as a medium pace chaser. Her innate skills include Fall Runner, a reference to her Autumn Triple Crown, Preferred Position, which is stamina for pace chasers, and medium corners. Her golden skills include Race Planner, which decreases fatigue mid-race. It can also evolve into 2 skills, Halfway to Heroism, which increases the amount of stamina you recover, and Story Weaver, which now you have to be in the mid-pack of the race, and you will get target speed alongside reducing the amount of stamina you get, but the effect for both will be active for 3 seconds. As for her other golden skill, she also comes with Refraction Arc, which is just a better version of medium corners, as you're probably aware from the Throne card, may it rest in peace. And this skill can also evolve into Shining Sword, which increases the target speed from 0.35 to 0.45, and now you can use it in long races as well. As for her innate skills, she comes with Aspire and right and left-handed. Nicely though, you can pick which green skill you want from her event. Unfortunately, she does not have an event that gives you Charming. Finally, her unique is called Raise My Soul's Blade, which, number 1, is an awesome name, but number 2, with 400 meters remaining, if you're in the front pack, you get target speed. This is buff if you are in a G1 or better, and you are in the top 3 favorites. Now, is Symboli Rob Roy meta? No. She's not bad, but she's an Oshi all around. There's something to be said about this adorable librarian being such an insane runner, by the way. Symboli Rob Roy famously won the Autumn Triple Crown, which are the Tenno Sho, Japan Cup, and the Animakinen. By the way, he set a record on the last one. I can see why they named him after who I understand to be a folk hero, Robert McGregor. Alright, time for my unionized bathroom break. Oh god, I feel a storm approaching. Like someone left a plastic chair outside. Narita Brian Blaze. Pool. Okay, I'll get to the review. Virgil's long-lost daughter comes in with her classical aptitudes, but realistically speaking, you will run her as a pace chaser for long races. She comes with a spread of 10% to speed, stamina, and guts, so you will want to compensate with power inheritance for her. Her innate skills are Spring Runner, Latch On, which helps you overtake someone on the second half of the race, Great White skill for pace chasers and late surgers, and My True Strength, which, if you were within 100 meters of the UMA in the first place, during the second half of the mid-race, in the late race, you will get 0.2 acceleration for 1.2 seconds. Needless to say, this skill complements her incredibly well. Her golden skills are Hot Pursuit, which increases velocity when passing another UMA on the second half of the race. It can evolve into Blazing Wolf, which, good job translation team, that name is actually sick. Unless you change it by the time you release this UMA like you did with the Twin Turbo card. Anyway, Blazing Wolf increases the duration of the original skill from 2.4 seconds to 4 seconds. Her other golden skill is Beast Mode, at least it is a demon time. This gives you acceleration of 0.4 in 1.2 seconds, if you were within 10 meters of the lead. If you evolve this skill into Ravenous Beast, much better, the acceleration is increased to 0.5. For the record, I have not seen one single unique, let alone a skill that gives you 0.5 acceleration. It is worth mentioning that alongside her golden skills, she comes with a dedicated stamina skills that are phenomenal for long pace chasers, alongside her event skills that are not cluster and include plenty of stamina skills. Finally, her unique is called Free from the Ashes. Her unique involves you being in the final corner, increasing your speed. However, if you are in a long race, you are blocked from the side during the mid-race, something that happens quite often with pace chasers, particularly on the early mid-race, your target speed will be higher. How much higher? Well, without the bonus, you get 0.35 target speed for 5 seconds. If you do get the bonus, you will get 0.55 target speed. For context, I also cannot find one skill unique with that high target speed. The closest is Triumphant Pulse with 0.45. I swear that skill is haunting me. As you heard so far, Narita Brian is a terrifying monster. The only semi-counter I can think of is maybe Kitasan Black with really high stamina that locks in early and mid-race so that Narita is forced out of position, especially because Narita's skills are mostly length and positioning related. But honestly, even then she would only get rid of the poorly made Narita Brians, the ones that messed up their stamina attributes. That is the only counter that I can think of. Don't get me wrong, the buffers will still be brutally annoying, but to a kid that executes correctly like Narita's, I'm not convinced they will matter. Look, Brian's first true competitor will be Grand Cheval, who will release in August of next year. Yes, I do look that far ahead. But she is an alternative to Blaze, not necessarily a replacement. Overall, and like I implied in my Summer McQueen video, Narita Brian Blaze is a long pace chaser monster, a genuine demon of the track, and a must pull for pace chasers in long races. But honestly, she is a must pull for everyone actually. Realistically speaking, pace chasers genuinely just don't have that many support cards that are necessary. It's not like front runners or arguably end closers. So the amount of cards that you would need to make a competent Narita Brian are very few, and you could potentially borrow them. Pace chasers famously do not have that many support cards that are vital for a deck composition, so even if you didn't pull for Tachyon because you are a newcomer and want to build your deck, you could still borrow that Tachyon, so nearly everyone can build her. So yes, she is a must pull for everyone. Satono Diamond New Year, Dia comes with the same aptitudes as she did the first time, so if you used to run her as a late surger, then she is the same here. As for her spread, she comes with 15% speed and stamina. Her innate skills are Fearless, Stamina Eater, and Scramble, which gives you acceleration on the third leg of the race at the cost of your stamina. As for her awakened skill, she comes with Claw Forward, which I've covered ineptly in the past, but it is an insane skill for long late surgers, making them disgusting for long races. Worse yet, this skill can evolve into Beyond My Station, which decreases the amount of stamina it uses. As for her other golden skill, she comes with Stamina Siphon, a terrifying golden perk that drains stamina from other Umas mid-race and restores yours. It can also evolve into The Dawn Always Comes, which, jeez. This evolution also adds target speed of 0.15. The skills from her events are Straightaway Adept, Deep Breaths, Be Still, and Spring and Fall Runner, reinforcing her position as a late surger. On the nicer side, she has an event that can give you Charming and heal your negative status. Finally, her unique is called Rain Cloud Bolt, which halfway through the race, in positions 4th and 7th in a CM, your speed and stamina will recover for 5 seconds. Overall, she's great for late surger mains that want a specialized long track racer that doesn't have the necessity of getting very specific decks. With that said, I do not believe that she's going to beat Narita Brian Blaze that often, and most people will likely be trying to pull for Kitasan Black New Year anyway. My point is that if you pull for her and you are a late surger main, congrats, you have one of the better late surgers for long races in your hands. If you're looking for meta, then you can skip her, but I don't think you're going to do that because of who she comes with. Kitasan Black New Year comes with the same aptitudes as she did before, but her spread is now 10% on speed, power, and wit, which is perfect, and you will see why later. She comes with dodging danger, early lead, and fast pace. Her skill events are several and all great, but I recommend that you add the classic Triple Crown races to near all of her careers, as winning all 3 can give you a total of 65 stats and Firm Resolve, a great skill for frontrunners that will be a bit more difficult to get. As for her golden skills, she comes with Escape Artist, which helps you get to the front during mid-race, assuming you are front-running and in the second half of the pack. Escape Artist can also evolve into Leap Ahead to the Future, adding 1 second to the target speed. She also comes with Taking the Lead, which helps with acceleration on the early race, and if that wasn't enough, she also comes with Groundwork. Taking the lead can also evolve into Introducing Victory, which increases the acceleration you get from 0.4 to 0.5, which is kind of overkill if you add Groundwork to her kit, making her damn near impossible to win as a frontrunner in the first leg. Finally, her unique is called Bring on the Banquet, which gives you target speed of 0.35 and acceleration of 0.1 for 4 seconds. The trick is where it activates, which is a late race corner where 600 meters remain, assuming you are in the lead. And I cannot begin to tell you the amount of tracks in which this is useful. Yeah, she's broken. Okay, look, she seems better for medium races, especially since I prefer stamina bonuses for long races, but her kit is so absurd. Look, if you ask me to pick between her and Narita Brian on a long race, I would pick Narita Brian, but if you ask me to pick between Kitasan Black New Year and Agute Christmas on a medium track, I would actually ask what the track is and what the strategy is. I think this might make the medium CMs worse, because there's a lot of people that have Christmas Agute, and you could run Kita with Pace Agute alongside a debuffer, and good lord would those lobbies be sweaty and toxic, because on the tracks in which Kita would struggle to win, Agute wouldn't. She's the type of pull that I will 100% make a video about once the date approaches, because it is clear that she will be a Lovecraftian style monster in medium tracks. She's a must pull for front runners in case that isn't obvious, but for everyone else, she's kind of a must pull as well. Well, I did recommend Narita Brian Blaze as a generalist must pull Uma because pace chasers just do not have that many support cards, making it so that damn near everyone can build a decent Narita Brian Blaze. Kitasan is in a similar position in which she doesn't really need that many specific frontrunner cards to be viable, but she can benefit from them. So much so that the only relevant card that comes to my mind about helping her is Silent Suzuka SSR Speed, the whale version, and maybe with SSR Teo, but those two are there in case you feel fancy. In general, she's actually extremely independent. Also, on the bright side, while Kitasan Black will be grotesquely meta during that month because of when the second anniversary releases, there's a solid chance that we will get buffs to older characters, making her a little bit more balanced. Hokko Tarumae. Hokko comes with A aptitudes in dirt, mile, medium, and pace, and with a B for frontrunners. She also comes with a spread of 10% on speed, stamina, and wit. Her innate skills are Kawasaki, race course, top pick, and stamina to spare. Her golden skills are calm and collected, which helps you with stamina mid-race if you're pace chasing, and it can evolve into thinking about a tomakomai food, which will add target speed for 3 seconds. On the other hand, she comes with trending on the charts, which helps with target speed during a challenge mid-race as long as that race is a dirt one. This skill can evolve into 2 skills. The first one is called Be a Good Ambassador, which increases the target speed to 0.45. The other option is to evolve Trending on the Charts onto Give You All Star Tomakomai, in which if you were blocked on the side during the mid-race, you will get target speed, and if you have enough stamina, then you will get acceleration of 0.2 at the beginning of the 3rd leg. She also comes with the following skill events, which luckily are not clustered and help her position herself as a really good dirt Uma. Finally, her unique is called Shine on Tomakomai, which is dirt exclusive, and if you were blocked from the side during any corner during the mid-race, then during the last spurt, your acceleration will increase. And it's better if you have stamina left, by the way. So with stamina, you will have 0.4 acceleration and 0.2 if you don't, both of them lasting for 4 seconds. Look, she's not bad, but she has to come in medium dirt races in an era where Guri Christmas and Kopano Riki exist, so she's a no-shipple. On a side note, Hokko comes from the town of Tomakomai, which is in Hokkaido, hence so many mentions of the town in her character page, so much so that he was named Tomakomai Tourism Ambassador. Much like Gurikab, he was considered an, albeit local, idle horse. I wonder if you can get plushes of him. The creature. Gen Z slang made into an Uma comes in with stat bonuses of 15 speed and power. Yes, I'm aware that her aptitude spell babe, no, I don't want to talk about it. Her innate skills are no looking back, long shot, and shifting gears, making her preferred type of race a mile. Her golden skills are changing gears, which increases your passing ability in the mid-race as long as you're in the front pack. It is a nice safe net type of skill for frontrunners. Changing gears can evolve into, and no, I'm not joking, LOL, I'm on fire, which increases the duration of the target speed from 2.4 seconds to 4 seconds. Her second golden skill is Reckless Charge, which helps with positioning mid-race in a mile. It can also evolve into DW, I'm on it, which also increases the duration of the skill from 2.4 seconds to 4 seconds. As you can probably tell, she is really good on defending her position on the mid-race, but I will get into more details in a few seconds. Finally, her unique is called Hands in the Air Like You Don't Care, and to be honest, she started to sound like what a millennial thinks a Gen Z is. And now, her unique is specialized for sprints and miles, giving you target speed in the late mid-race, if you're on the front of the pack, with bonuses on sprints and miles, but you will likely be running her as a miler. Her unique, assuming you get the bonuses, will last 6 seconds, which helps her establish herself as a Numa with the strongest mid-race. Alright, so Daitaku is a phenomenal pick if you're a frontrunner main looking for a miler that you will use for a long time. However, I need to give you the nuance, as I can assure you, you will get hundreds of videos saying she's the new meta mile frontrunner and you should sell your house to pull for her. So if you would allow me, dear viewer, I would like to spend a little more time with Izuma. Daitaku Helios is a type of frontrunner that, if everything goes well, she will do phenomenally. But she's not undefeatable. As you probably noticed, the Way Creature is a monster at defending her position mid-race, but she is most exposed on the first leg and third leg of the race. If you notice, everything about her kit is about defending her position mid-race. So, the first Uma that comes to mind that would disrupt Helios is Valentine Mihono Bourbon, as she comes with groundwork already on her kit, causing Daitaku to lose even more stamina at the beginning of the race, trying to establish herself as a frontrunner, and eventually causing her to burn out. At least that is the strategy in theory. Furthermore, Mihono's unique triggers at the beginning of the mid-race, causing Mimi to still be a formidable opponent, even after the first leg. Daitaku's greatest weakness is the first leg of the race, but she also lacks in acceleration on the third leg, alongside her lack of stamina bonus, making it so that if she is running in a track based after the Yasuraki name, for example, where the third leg starts at 600 meters before the end of the race, she will absolutely struggle.
To be honest, she might even struggle against Summer Marusensky in those tracks. When building Daitaku, she will have non-negotiables like groundwork and focus, because she's the weakest in the early race where frontrunners burn the most stamina. She can overtake in the mid-race, sure, but understand that this would cause Helios to be even more burned out by the third leg, especially since she does not have a stamina bonus on her unique or natural stamina skills. So, with this said, if you're a frontrunner main, then pull for her. She has a great kit, but don't be fooled into thinking that she is the end-all be-all, as many future videos will have you believe. Ideally, you have other mild runners like Valentine Mimi or Summer Maru to complement where she lacks. I will say that she will be awful to run against in something like, I don't know, maybe the Mile Championship, but she will struggle on tracks like the Yasura Kinen or Tokyo-related tracks like the NHK, as those two have really long third legs starting at 600 meters, which is Daitaku's weakness. If I may speculate, I actually believe that Cygames sees Christmas Uguri as a major mistake in the game, and are likely looking for runners that can be meta-defining, can be oppressive, but not undefeatable.
Halloween Rise Shower Rerun. There's a rerun of Halloween Rise, and while I do love the character, I think given the list of Umas that will release during this period of time and how we're all acquainted with her kit, I think she's in very much a position of being exclusively a Noshi. Alongside the rerun of Rise Shower, we have Haru Urara, a New Year rerun. Her alongside Rise strike me as the type of Umas that are rerunning because of how much we adore them. They're Oshi pulls, of course, especially because of how insane the roast of Umas during this period of time is. They both release at the same time during Daitaku Helios run, and a little before KS Miracle SSR Gods, who will also get a dedicated video, by the way. Pull for either one if they're Oshis. Mejiro starting off strong. Mejiro Ryan Valentine comes with an A in turf, medium pace late, with C's in miles and a B in long, so pretty much her previous aptitudes. She also comes with bonuses of 20% speed and 10% wit. Her innate skills are downhill, straight descent, and target in sight. As for her golden skills, she comes with determined descent, which evolves into helping grant your dream, granting more acceleration from the initial skill. On the other hand, she also comes with Master of Declines, also helping you with downhills. This skill can evolve into two skills. The first one is Give You a Taste of Glory, increasing the target speed to 2.45. As for her other evolution, it can evolve into Behold My Courageous Advance, increasing the duration from 2.4 seconds to 4 seconds. Her event skills are Wet Conditions, Up Tempo, Olaf Gat, and Slick Surge. Finally, her unique is called A Warm Cup for You, which during a downhill around the mid-race, if you're in second or worse and close to the lead, your speed will increase, and if it is a medium track, you will also get an acceleration bonus. I'm very sorry if I sound uninterested, but honestly, Oshi. Look, there are kits that are flexibles, others that are specialized. This one is so specific that I can't recommend anything other than an Oshi pool. Look, I don't doubt that eventually we will get a track in which the downhills are key, but I doubt that Ryan would be the only viable Uma in that track. I mean, honestly, the original Ryan might still perform better in anything that doesn't have a downhill. Believe it or not, I kinda like Mejiro Ryan as a character, especially her casual outfit that I feel represents her personality, even if I agree that it looks awful. During the time of the 91 Tarakasuka Kinen, the Mejiro family was rather famous to say the least, not only having multiple famous runners, but also McQueen was on a winning streak. So there's something to be said about the clan being so powerful and legendary that the only horse that could beat Mejiro McQueen was another Mejiro. Ines Fujin Valentine. Ines comes with the same aptitudes as before, however she comes with a different spread of 8% wit and guts and 14% speed. Her innate skills are groundwork, focus, and front runner corners, and needless to say, those are great skills. As for her golden skill, she comes with concentration, a better version of focus, which can evolve into perfect order up, which will function just like concentration, plus you will get 10 extra stats to all of your stats for the entire race. As for her other golden skill, it is called Crescent Gale, which is a better version of front runner corners, which can also evolve into Slick Serving, which adds acceleration to the target speed of the skill. Notably, she also comes with Speed Eater, which decreases current speed of other Umas by 0.15 and ironically increases your target speed by the same amount. Her skill events are several, but notably she comes with Firm Resolve, 777, Early Lead, and Frontrunner straightaways. However, it is a bit unfortunate that Firm Resolve comes as a random skill in her custom event. Finally, her unique is called Fresh Parlor, which gives you target speed of 0.25 and stamina recovery, assuming you are in the first half of the mid-race and in the top 3. Overall, she reminds me of Valentine Mimi, although Ines can also use Mimi's card. She does come with less target speed but more stamina recovery. I struggle to say that Ines is Mimi 2.0, don't get me wrong, Ines is seriously good, albeit a bit of a Oshi pull with the release schedule. But to be fair, I am biased because no matter the amount of times Mihono fights with my Roomba, she will always be one of my Oshis. Now, strictly speaking, Ines is a better version of Mihono for the sole purpose that she can use Mimi's Sweet card, giving her a better early race, but Mihono will still be viable for longer races or the ones with higher stamina, since you can borrow Mejiro Palmer's stamina, which also gives you taking the lead. Plus, Smart Falcon SSR Speed will eventually release next year, giving you another option to get taken the lead without using Mimi with SSR. If you like her, or don't have Mihono Bourbon Valentine, then I can recommend pulling for her. Shinko Windy, the biter comes with aptitudes of A in dirt, mile and pace, with Bs in medium and late. Her spread is that of 10% speed, power and guts. As for her innate skills, she comes with muddy, wet conditions and full tilt, two of those also being shared with Wonder Acute and Smart Falcon. Her awakened skills are full speed, which is a better version of full tilt. In case I haven't covered it yet, sorry, I'm losing track of what I review and what reality is. But if you are in the first half of the pack during the third leg, you get increased speed for 3 seconds. Full tilt will give you 0.15, whereas the evolution full speed will give you 0.35. And if you evolve full speed into just run like crazy, it will increase the target speed to 0.45 in dirt races. As for her other golden skill, it is called Maestro of Mud, which is an upgrade from Muddy. Both skills have the trigger of the ground being heavy on a dirt race. However, Muddy will give you 60 stats to your speed and both speed and power of 60 if you get Maestro of Mud. Maestro of Wet Ground can evolve into Mischievous Maestro, which simply has the same triggers but increases the speed and power bonus to 80. On the other hand, Maestro of the Footsteps my dad hates to see in the house can also evolve into Mud Demon Lord. Is that... Sorry, this is on the script. I actually don't know that this is... Oh my god, it really is Mud Demon Lord. While it does have lesser speed and power stat bonuses, it does allow you to activate it in slightly heavy ground, essentially making it easier to trigger, at the cost of just 40 speed and power, with the caveat that if the ground is heavy, you will also get plus 20 to all of your stats. As for her event skills, there's Lodge On, Top Peak and Forward March. Unfortunately, Forward March comes from a secret event and within it, it has a random chance. Finally, her unique is called a Ding Dong Boo, what a name, which if you are not dueling in the final straight, your speed will increase, and if you are in dirt, you will also get acceleration. There's something to be said about the sheer impressive release of this many dirt specialized to runners. If you want a brutal team of dirt runners, then sure, you can afford to pull for a few of this. As for the biter, she has been in NPC jail for a while now. Seriously, how long has her SR card been around? I'm not a fan of her outfit, and she does seem to be released during a time in which every other Roma releases a dirt runner. I do not see anything in which she stands out, so I will leave her as an Oshi pull. Shinko initially tried both dirt and turf, but his team quickly realized that he was phenomenal in dirt races, leading him to win the Unicorn Stakes, a G3, Heian Stakes, a G3, and the February Stakes, that was a G1. Even more interestingly, the February Stakes wasn't always a G1, so Shinko, when he won, was the very first horse to win it as a G1. And yes, in case you're wondering, he did have a tendency to bite everyone, even some of the horses during the race. Twin Turbo, our beloved blue daughter, is being released from NPC jail after her Speed SSR card incident. We don't talk about that card. She comes with A aptitudes in turf, mile, medium, and front running. Unsurprisingly, she comes with a 30% bonus in speed.
As for her innate skills, she comes with Moxie, Early Lead, and Mad Dash, which is a cheaper version of giving it 1000%, giving you 0.25 target speed at the cost of draining your stamina. As for her golden skills, like I said, she comes with giving it 1000%, which again is the same as her Mad Dash, giving you target speed at the cost of draining your stamina, only this time the target speed is 0.45. This skill can also evolve into 1000% output, so that's what happened with that name. Anyway, 1000% output increases the target speed to 0.55. Pretty crazy stuff. As for her other golden skill, she comes with Taking the Lead, giving you acceleration at the beginning of the race, which can evolve into Turbos Leading the Charge, which increases acceleration from 0.4 to 0.5. Finally, she comes with a total of 7 skills. Some of the more relevant are Frontrunner Straightaways, Leader's Pride, and most notably, she can unlock the Runaway Frontrunner style. Finally, her uniques are called Engine's Lead and Turbo Blast, which are the same skills, only Turbo Blast gives you higher target speed. If you're leading by at least 1 length for 1/3 of the race, making a runaway skill very relevant, you will get target speed for 13 seconds. No, I did not read that incorrectly. It says 13 seconds here. Unfortunately, you will get a decreased current speed on the third leg. Look, clearly she's not made up, but honestly, that only matters sometimes. Twin Turf is a character with an infectious enthusiasm, unbreakable spirit, and more importantly, she understands a very important rule of life. Winning looks a lot like failing until you succeed. You don't really have to pull for her as she joins the normal roster in the same way Mambo does, but with that said, I can't wait to get her and check her career. Mr. CV, I was actually really excited about writing about this Uma because she is in the position where not only does she have the most sought after end closer wit card, but she also has a lot of hype from the end closing community. I should have put a comma in that sentence. Mr. CV comes with an A in turf, medium, long, late, and end closers with a B in miles. Her spread is 10% on speed, stamina, and wit, which is great for long and medium races, by the way. Her innate skills include soft step, straightaway spurt, a must-have skill for end closers, and break the mold, which gives you current speed of 0.15 for 3 seconds. And break the mold, which gives you current speed of 0.15 for 3 seconds on the third corner on medium and long races, if you're in the second half of the pack. Notably, she also comes with Uma Stan in her Awakening kit, another must-have skill for end closers. In regards to her golden skill, she has Beautiful Form, which is a better version of Break the Mold, increasing the current speed from 0.15 to 0.35, and it can evolve into Soaring Steps, increasing the current speed by 0.45, which again is current speed, so this skill is absurdly insane. On the other hand, she also comes with Encroaching Shadows. Those that like Narita Taishin already know this skill, but it's a golden version of Straightaway Spurt. This golden skill can evolve into 2 skills. The first one is Spring from the Earth, which adds Field of View. Now, normally I despise Field of View skills, but as I started reading more about this type of skills, there are some uses for it. The first one being for debuffers, as it allows to debuff more Umas in a race, and the second one is for end closers, helping them prevent themselves from, well, getting stuck in traffic, so to speak. The second golden skill that Encroaching Shadows can evolve into is Dancing Flourish, which turns the skill into an end closer medium exclusive, which keeps the features but changes the activation. Instead of it triggering at a random point of the first quarter of the late race, there's a mention about if the final corner leg starts on a straight, then it activates immediately. I don't know if it's the exhaustion, but I can't for the life of me understand this, so if anyone in the comment section can help with that, I would appreciate it. As for her event skills, all of them are phenomenal skills for end closers. Finally, her unique is called A Lyrical Journey, in which during the second half of the mid-race, if you are on the second half of the pack, you will get target speed of 0.25. However, you will get target speed scaling if you're on a long or medium race. This increases further if you're 20 meters away from the first place. The scaling bonus would be 0.35, assuming that you're in a medium race or long races alongside being within 20 meters of the first place. This is also a super solid inheritance for end closers. Some of the more famous end closers in the community are Goldship, Narita Taishin, and Tamamo Cross. And to be honest and frank, none of them are as well kitted as Mr. CV. So much so that you might not even need Daring Strike. Don't get me wrong, I would still encourage you to borrow Admire Vega SSR power for her if you can afford her in your deck composition. But with that said, I'm actually surprised how little she needs her own card revival. Is she a multiple? Well, Yeah, kind of. She is absolutely the most consistent end closer because of her kit, unique, and because you can get Daring Strike from Admire Vega SSR power. But with that said, she's just really good. Look, if you enjoy end closers, then yes, she is a must pull because of how consistent she is. And yes, should she be built well and given a track that suits her, she can beat Christmas so good in medium braces. The enclosing style typically tends to be a very big gamble, but I think Mr. Civi's entire kit actually helps reduce that amount of gambling. The type of advantages that Civi would need are things like long stretches, something like the Derby or the Japan Cup are good examples, and tracks where the final corner is right before the third leg, so as to favor straightaway spurt, a skill that Civi is very familiar with, as she comes with the golden version and can evolve it. Ultimately, I think she's a must pull for end closer mains. For everyone else, she's a no-she. Dai Ruby, this adorable young lady, comes with an A in turf, short, miles, late, and end closing with a C in medium and B in front. Her spread is 20% power and 10% width. Her innate skills are leap forward, which is a skill for sprints and miles, if you're going to overtake someone in the second half of the pack during the late race, giving you acceleration. On the other hand, she also comes with Go with the Flow and Pressure, which, if you are at the final corner late surging around 4 or worse, this skill will give you both target speed and a debuff to current speed of the 3 closest girls ahead and behind you. As for her golden skill, she comes with Vying for the Throne, which is a better version of Pressure, increasing the target speed to 0.35 and the debuff from 0.035 to 0.15. The skill can also evolve into 2 different skills. The first one is Ever Graceful, increasing the target speed of the skill further into 0.45. On the other hand, it can also evolve into My Clan's Code of Honor, which turns into a sprint exclusive skill, in which, during the final corner, if you are not in the front, your target speed will increase by 0.45. And if you haven't been rushed, it will increase to 0.55. On the other hand, she also comes with Flash Forward, which is a better version of Leap Forward, increasing the acceleration to 0.4, which can also evolve into Always the Most Brilliant, which keeps the acceleration, but if you are trying to overtake a girl from the back, you will debuff their current speed. Her skills from events are mostly miles and late surgers. Notably, she comes with Lone Wolf, a really nice skill for late surgers in miles, because frankly they're just not as common. As for her unique, she comes with Ever Supreme, which is a bit finicky. Once you enter the third leg of the race, if you are in the back but not last and you haven't rushed, you will slow down the first 4 Uma's current speed and it will increase your target speed. Overall, Taichi reminds me of the specialization advice I've been given. Sure, you will find yourself having to pull for styles that you don't really main in every once in a while, like Narita Blaze or Kitasan New Year. But the other times you can typically find Umas like this. If you're a late surger that needs a miler, then Daichi is a solid choice. I will say that I have heard that Daichi's ballroom event is better. That one is supposed to release on September of next year, so keep an eye out for my full analysis of Daichi near December. For now, I think she's a great choice for late surger mains that want a miler, and a no-she pull for everyone else. Well, it was fun being in your second monitor, but I'm afraid that is it for me. For now. When I took on this project, I was coming out of my all cards after Tachyon, but before Ramonu, and I thought, oh man, I cover 35 releases, there's no way Umas will take me that long. Boy, was I wrong. So, thank you very much for your patience. I did my best to make these reviews as airtight as possible, but man, I'm still human, so check the comment section because I will try to do my best to pin comments that might correct me or comments that elaborate more on the things that I might have missed. And finally, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody for your patience, to my subscribers, to everyone that left a comment, everyone that gave me feedback so I could make better videos. As of now, I've been doing this for almost 2 months, and so having this level of support and feedback from y'all is really encouraging. It makes the time and effort I put into these videos really worth it, as cliche as that may sound. Alright, that's it for me. I left Marusinski with my credit card as a thank you for helping me with the Tachyon pulls, and I just realized what a great mistake that is. I gotta go.